Imagine the quiet moments before dawn on the vast Mediterranean Sea. The air is tense, and out of the darkness two mighty ships emerge, La Real and Sultana. These two giants, each filled with brave soldiers and powerful cannons, were about to clash in one of history's most dramatic battles. The sound of cannon fire echoed across the waves, men shouted orders, and the smell of burning gunpowder filled the air. The Battle of Lepanto was a massive confrontation that would leave a mark not just on the sea, but on the future of empires.
Right. And behind this fierce fight lay the larger struggle for control over the Mediterranean. It wasn't merely a clash of ships, it was a clash of empires trying to assert dominance over sea routes and territories. The stakes were incredibly high. The story of this naval engagement is one of strategy, courage, and the harsh realities of war. So, dear listeners, stay with us as we dive into the depths of this iconic battle. It's a tale not to be missed.
As we continue our journey, let's dive into the Ottoman side of the story. Their dominance in the Mediterranean was well known during this time. They had great power over the sea, which was vital for trading routes and military strategy. Sokolu Mehmed Pasha held a plan to winter at Cattaro, consolidating their forces. However, unexpected orders led their plans to unravel as winter approached. This kind of disruption really put them in a difficult position.
Right. And let's not forget about the challenges the Ottoman fleet faced in getting ready for battle. They were mobilizing swiftly, trying to gather their forces for the confrontation they knew was coming. However, communication was quite a problem. Orders were often misinterpreted or delayed, resulting in timing issues. It's fascinating to see how even in the mightiest empires, logistical challenges could have such a big impact.
Absolutely. And adding to this complexity, there was a significant mistake in their reconnaissance. Ottoman scouts failed to correctly assess the strength of the Holy League fleet. This misjudgment led them to believe the opposition was smaller and weaker than it actually was. Such miscalculations were crucial in naval warfare, where understanding your enemy's strength could turn the tide of battle.
That's such an important point. When you consider the scale of these naval encounters, even a small error in understanding the enemy's force could have huge consequences. The Ottomans, confident in their larger fleet, faced unexpected challenges. Their earlier victories might have led to a certain overconfidence, underestimating the Holy League's capability. As we continue to explore, let's keep in mind how these factors set the stage for what was to come in this epic battle.
Now, let's shift our focus to the Holy League and their impressive build-up for battle. The Holy League was a remarkable coalition, consisting of several Christian states whose aim was to curb Ottoman expansion. They were led by Don Juan of Austria, a skilled and charismatic leader. His leadership brought unity and focus to this diverse group, which was crucial given the stakes. The preparation they went through was intense, aimed at maximizing the strengths of their combined forces against the formidable Ottoman navy.
Absolutely, and one of their most significant advantages lay in the Venetian galleasses. These were heavily armored ships equipped with powerful cannons, playing a pivotal role in their formation. Positioned strategically at the center, these ships were intended to break the enemy's advance and hold the line against flanking moves. The strategy was clear: maintain a strong center and fend off any attempts by the Ottomans to outmaneuver them.
Indeed, and let's talk more about their hidden strength, the Western galleys. These ships, although smaller than the galleasses, were highly maneuverable and contributed significantly to the overall fleet strategy. The Holy League commanded several of these galleys, which allowed them to create flexible tactics and strengthen their defensive lines. They were crucial in ensuring the Holy League could adapt to changes and respond quickly during the battle. Such versatility was a key part of the plan that Don Juan and his commanders devised.
It's fascinating how these ships were strategically integrated into their naval doctrine. Their ability to adapt and respond swiftly made them a secret weapon of sorts, giving the Holy League an edge in the anticipated face-off. While the galleasses formed the backbone of their strategy, the Western galleys provided agility, ensuring that the fleet could react to any surprises the Ottomans might present. This combination of power and flexibility was essential and showcased the smart strategic planning by the Holy League leaders, preparing for all possible scenarios in the upcoming battle.
Picking up from where we left off, the Ottomans, with their impressive fleet, took the early initiative at the Battle of Lepanto. As dawn broke, the eastern wind filled their sails, pushing their ships forward towards their enemy. The tension was palpable. It all began with the thunder of a lone cannon shot fired by Muezzinzadeh Ali Pasha to announce the start of this dramatic engagement. This was not just a naval battle, it was about dominance in the Mediterranean.
Absolutely, and the positioning of the Venetian galleasses was crucial for the Holy League. These heavy ships were placed strategically at the front of their formation to unleash powerful volleys as the Ottomans advanced. Despite their slow nature, the galleasses fired repeatedly, causing major disruption in the Ottoman lines. The Ottomans, with their lighter ships, struggled to reply effectively, and this early bombardment set the tone for the fierce combat that followed.
Despite their initial effectiveness, those galleasses soon found themselves bypassed by the advancing Ottoman fleet. As the wind shifted, they drifted past the thicker parts of the Ottoman lines, losing some of their tactical advantage. Still, their early impact couldn't be ignored as they had already done significant damage. It was a crucial turning point for the Holy League, reinforcing their resolve to stand against the Ottoman force despite the intimidating numbers they faced.
Yes, it's interesting how both technology and nature played roles in these opening moves. While the Ottomans had the numbers, the placement and impact of the galleasses were demonstrated early. As both fleets drew closer, it was clear that the fight would not only test the might of their ships, but also the wits and strategies of their commanders. These initial clashes set a dramatic stage for the larger conflict that was about to unfold.
As we continue the gripping tale of Lepanto, let's focus on the left flank where Mehmet Sirocco led the Ottoman forces along the shore. His plan was indeed bold, using the shallow waters to his advantage. By staying close to the shore, his galleys could move swiftly, allowing him to make an early mark against the Holy League. This move initially seemed successful as his fleet threatened to outflank the Christian defenses. The Ottomans were counting on their knowledge of the local waters, especially since these could easily trap the larger Holy League ships.
That's right, and the Holy League was quick to respond to this tactical maneuver. Reinforcements came in, with 4 swift ships joining Barbarigo's line and another 9 from the reserves. This sudden influx turned the tide, putting pressure back on Sirocco's squeezed forces. The cost was high, though. In these fierce exchanges, Barbarigo lost his life to an arrow while he desperately tried to rally his troops. His leadership was crucial, and his loss was felt by every man fighting on his side.
Indeed, despite the reinforcements, the fighting was intense and bloody. Sirocco's wing found itself isolated, and what initially seemed like a strategic advantage quickly turned into a vulnerable position. The pinched Ottoman line was overwhelmed and cut off from the main fleet. This allowed the Holy League soldiers to capture Sirocco himself, marking a pivotal moment in the battle. Sadly for him, his capture led to a grim end. He was beheaded as his weakened forces collapsed, sealing the fate of the Ottoman right flank.
Yes, that was a dramatic conclusion to the action on the left. Sirocco's capture sent a strong message to the remaining Ottoman forces. The Holy League's resilience and quick tactical response demonstrated how well prepared they were for whatever the battle threw at them. While this part of the battle came at great cost, it solidly positioned the Holy League to take advantage of the ensuing chaos elsewhere on the battlefield, setting the stage for the larger conflict in the center.
Now that we've seen the intensity on the flanks, we move to the heart of the battle where the flagship La Real faced off against the Ottoman giant Sultana. It was a direct clash of power, with each commander eagerly pushing for a decisive victory. The air was filled with a grim determination as these two great ships closed in on each other. The Ottomans tried to brave the melee, aiming to grapple with the Spaniards, but this was going to be anything but a straightforward naval duel.
Indeed, the excitement of grappling in close quarters must have been intense. The bravery and skill of the Ottoman forces were obvious, but they faced the famed Spanish tercio soldiers. These troops brought with them a reputation for outstanding discipline and combat skill. In the chaos of the battle, as gunfire and cries filled the air, the Sultana found itself overwhelmed. For the men on board, it was a desperate struggle to hold their ground against a resolute opponent as the battle raged on.
The fight in the center was nothing short of chaos. Amidst this turmoil, capturing the Ottoman banner became a symbol of victory for the Holy League. La Real didn't just capture a flag, but the very spirit of their opposition. This act was more than just a military win, it symbolized a shift in power. As the day progressed, Ali Pasha, confident though he was, saw his hopes dashed. The Sultana fell, and with it, a part of the Ottoman morale crumbled away, a significant blow to their campaign.
This capture was indeed crucial because it signified a larger narrative, one where power between these titanic forces began to shift. The Holy League's successful claim of the banner echoes like a proclamation of their triumph. As the day came to a head, the center witnessed some of the fiercest fighting seen in this legendary encounter. The fall of Sultana didn't just mean a lost ship, but represented a turning point, giving the Holy League a psychological advantage as the battle continued to unfold.
Picking up from the central clash, we head now to the right flank, where Gianandrea Doria found himself in a tricky position. His fleet was significantly outnumbered, facing an opposition that was both larger and under an exceptional Ottoman leader. The challenge was not just about engaging in battle, but also about how to manage resources and strategies wisely. Every move Doria made had to be precise, as the stakes were incredibly high in this part of the battle.
Exactly, and Doria's cautious approach paid dividends. Instead of rushing, he carefully chose his moments to engage. This delay tactic might have seemed slow to some, but it was meant to keep the Holy League in a manageable state against overwhelming numbers. Despite suffering heavy losses, the Holy League managed to find opportunities to counter and weaken the Ottomans thanks to such strategy. This deliberate pace was a crucial component in their overall battle plan.
Indeed, the role played by the Maltese alongside Doria's forces was vital. These Maltese ships added an unexpected layer of defense, bolstering the right flank when it was most needed. While they might not have been the largest contingent, they brought a fighting spirit that was essential under such pressure. Their presence allowed Doria to hold the line longer, tying up the Ottoman forces and preventing them from breaking through to the center and flanking the Holy League fleet.
This additional support was crucial because every ship and soldier counted in such a tightly contested area of the battle. The ability of the Holy League to stand firm on this flank was a testament not just to their numbers, but to their coordination and resolve in the face of a superior Ottoman force. It highlighted the determination and unity across the Holy League, factors that, when combined with strategic insights from leaders like Doria, truly turned the tide during this encounter.
The Battle of Lepanto was a turning point in history. It signified a shift in power in the Mediterranean and marked the beginning of the end for Ottoman dominance at sea. The bravery of those who fought and the clever strategies employed will be remembered for generations. This battle showed how crucial leadership and planning are in warfare, leaving a lasting impact on the balance of power in the region.
Indeed, the sacrifices made in this battle were immense, with devastating losses on both sides. It was truly a clash of titans that shaped the future of empires. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history. If you enjoyed this episode, please show your support by liking and leaving a comment. Don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating historical insights and stories. We hope to see you in the next episode.